Right.
Yeah.
So do you have a taser with you? That we were going to tase me?
I got worried about that because, like, you guys said we're going to ask for the taser, and then I thought, well, then you're going to want a demonstration.
Yeah.
Then I have to taser somebody, and then there's paperwork.
And that's obviously going to be Mary.
Well, I mean, you guys voted earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things where I don't even know if she involved in the vote.
No.
So
Of course not.
So yeah, the taser is painful. I will be honest with you. We've all had to take we call it a ride. Law enforcement said take a ride, and we at our department, and I feel safe to say that at most other departments, it helps in that understanding what you're doing if you take a hit. Mm-hmm. So we all had to, in order to carry tasers, take a ride.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What was worse? Was the OC pepper spray or a taser worse?
He's got a background. Mm-hmm. I would take a taser hit over OC or mace, just because mace is the never ending. It's miserable. It's just miserable. Like,
how long does it last?
Oh, the mace piece.
Too long.
Yeah, too long. I mean, it's you can start. You can get maced and you can start flushing eyes and you can start doing that, but it just seems to stick with you for hours. Yeah. I mean, it's miserable. I mean, so it's effective.
Yeah.
The worry. I mean, mace has kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit because, I mean, I've had one situation where I maced the individual and he laughed at me. Mm-hmm. And he just
didn't impact him?
No, it was the weirdest thing. There was some drugs on board. Yeah, so that made it that brought in that new concern of it not affecting, because you always were told in school, oh, this works, and you never can get into that mindset that it there are those times that it might not work. And so I would rather take a taser shot than a mace shot. But yeah, taser is like the minute that trigger is not pulled, it just goes away. Like the pain just stops. But I would say, you tell me, do you think the pain is worse on a taser or mace?
My circumstance, I think my skin is very sensitive when it came to that. So mine
to tasing?
No, to mace. So I went to Alex Tech and we all went through this OC and getting tased, and we went through it like our gym class the next day, and even then when I started sweating, I had it come out of my pores again. Even and like that night after getting OC'd, I had taken a shower, and then in a shower, it went down my body. So now not only my whole body is like hurting, but there's other parts that are hurting really bad because there's OC. So I would say OC was the mace was definitely the worst because it wouldn't go away. Yeah, it just kept getting. But the taser though was actually fun. So
interesting.
It was
to give and take.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot of.
Right now, my head is right now like when we have taser research, we may have a new.
Yeah.
Because he just described fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, it was like
to call.
Because I wanted to test it to see, like, okay, if I were tased, how much control can you have? And I tried getting back up, and it was like, as you're getting tased, and it was interesting.
It's a different kind of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's controlling, right? I mean, it's a great tool on our tool belt, I mean, if you think about it, before taser, it was, unfortunately it was mace and then to handgun.
Yeah.
Right. Or a baton. And even you look at, you look at the baton strikes, you got to be super careful with baton strikes because, you can really hurt and damage. And so the nice thing about the taser, it's given us another tool that, we can stop the threat. That's the biggest piece, is trying to get everything calmed down. And, with somebody that's getting tasered, what people don't realize is you can come in handcuff and not join the taser, right? Not join that piece. You're not breaking the arc is kind of what it is. And so, the taser gun is got two probes, and it works between the two probes.
Oh.
So if you walk up and if you're being tasered, and I can get you in handcuffs and not be tasered by touching you.
As long as you don't go between those two.
As long as you don't hit the arc, yeah. So,
but those two got to hit you though.
Those two got to hit you.
Then it doesn't work?
it doesn't work, and then you got to go dry. So then you got to run up, and now you got to put it up against them.
Yeah.
Because now it's already been
So if like
To
so
make the
the
connection.
released.
the
Yeah.
connection doesn't hit, then you got to go dry stun.
And is it a certain amount of time, or is it how long you're holding it, or?
Our tasers work on a 5-second interval. You can, obviously with compliant, you turn it off right away. But it always will stop at that interval, and then you'd have to re-engage.
Wow.